Good evening and welcome to Key Radio Live, where we are finally almost there. We have about, 4 more days, is it?
I think so.
Something like that. But Loopers is upon us. It is so exciting. And today we're just going to kind of go through some hype. I'm joined by returning co-host Kai.
Hello.
And new host xnx is with us. Yeah. All right, so it's going to be an interesting night. But yeah, Loopers. This visual novel, I'm going to kind of make sure that I don't talk about spoilers. I have 2 people with me who have not read it yet. So we're just going to kind of go through some stuff and have some fun with this. So let's start with the elephant in the room. What do y'all think of the art style?
I think it's good for the kind of story I think it might be.
So what are we... Let me just go through a little general little thing about it then. So the kind of story it might be, you're saying this is half a Ryukishi story and half a Key story. Unlike Lucia's route, which obviously I love it is kind of this dream marriage of the 2 genres. So the MC Tyler is his big thing is that he's very into something called geohunting, which is GPS assisted treasure hunts, basically. Oh. I've never done anything like this.
It used to be really popular back in the day. A couple years ago, I think.
Okay, so the only thing I've done that's even close to this is played Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that works. It is basically the same thing.
Yeah. So have you ever done it?
I've done Pokemon Go. That's it.
Wisp says Tyler is a Mappy user. I don't know about Mappy.
I like that thing and rewrite.
You didn't like it? And you played Plus, didn't you? Where it's better and you still didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it. I prefer a more traditional VN, reading format. That was
luckily Loopers has you covered. Yeah. Spiral says, I love Mappy. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to... I promised myself I would not get too deep into it, so I'm going to try and hold myself to that. You will see something like Mappy. You just do not have to control it yourself. So it's just that kind of thing. Manpig says Mappy is the worst Google Maps ripoff of all time, and I can see it. What were we talking about? Art style. So grittier, darker a little bit, but also kind of nice.
It's a different, total different change. It's nice to see them do a different style.
It's a bit flat, but I do like the color. The colors of it are pretty nice.
They're kind of washed out, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're kind of gray, but very pleasant to look at.
Yeah. Definitely. So thoughts on the character designs? I'm just going to kind of go through each one. I talked a little bit about this in the book club channel, where I posted them, but I'll still bring them the pictures into the podcast chat, pulling these right.
Yeah, it does look more neon to me. What Wisp said.
Yeah. You know what it comes down to, I think, is that the main color scheme, you got the hot pink and the lime green. And
those are the main
really
ones.
Pops.
It's why hot pink is the Looper's roll color, because that's what I got for my color. Okay, so...
Yeah, that's a lot of neon. It's like a lime.
All right, I'm gonna... Ooh, damn, that art. It's so beautiful. Wisp just posted some of the pictures. Okay, so we'll start with the main heroine, Mia. I'm just gonna say I love this outfit. The sailor uniform with the Darth Vader hood. It's the stupidest combination, but I think it is so freaking cute. Is that not what it looks like?
Cute. It kind of does. It has the top part has the shape of his mask somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe
something like that. Yeah, hair vents too, which is something we haven't seen in...
Are those little ponytails or pigtails on her side?
I think they're ponytails. We never see her from the back really with her hood down. So which is a bit of a shame because she's so cute. Manpig says she reminds me of Gray. Who is that from? All right. Anyway, I'll read. This is DeepL descriptions because we don't have a real English site, but Anyway, Mia, the main heroine of this work, she has an expression like an alert cat. She does not smile very often. However, she has complete trust in those whom she has once allowed herself to become acquainted with. She is a mysterious girl who does not talk much about her past. Contrary to her young appearance, she speaks and acts like an adult. She has a family tradition of mentaiko. If someone in chat could tell me what that is, but that last little bit, but the rest of it, I'm just going to be honest, I love this character so much.
Just from her description alone, I think she's going to be one of my favorites. Like, I like those, like, kind of deadpan characters.
Right. Who does she remind y'all of? Like, I can't put my finger on it, but...
Maybe a little bit of Nagato from Haruhi. Just a little bit. Not the art style or anything. Just the personality and vibe.
I can see
even like the darker kind of grayish hair tone.
Yeah, and like she has emotions. She does, but the thing is her emotions are kind of subdued feeling. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard the voice clips, but
I don't think so.
No, okay. They're a little more subdued, but that's a good comparison that I haven't really thought of. Wisp is spamming the chat with some of her arts, and man, Mochizuki K is...
She has like a cat-like innocent vibe to her.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. Tyler, now Utori, who's not here tonight, and I are in a big fight over the hottest guy in Loopers.
Oh.
I love Tyler, but he's not as hot as Simon. But anyway, he is a really good MC, and the thing is, he has a sprite the entire game, which is something we've never seen before in Key. So,
really?
Yeah, sprite and voice the entire game.
Wow. But yeah,
it's
that's different.
Weird. It's so cool though.
And he has different expressions too?
Oh yeah. And a lot of them. He's as dynamic as the other characters, if not even more so. Wouldn't you say, Manpig?
Man, he looks so cool though.
Yeah. I love his screaming face. Yeah, he's very hyper. The way I best describe him, XNX, you will probably appreciate this because I know you like this MC. He's Kotaro without the degeneracy. Like,
he doesn't look like that.
He doesn't look like that, but he vibes like that. He's just less of a perv.
The design of these characters looks a lot more mature, like compared to other Key works. Like, they just look a lot older, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, he does. Like, your description of him is surprising to me because he looks like a mature character.
Oh boy, here we go with the description then. The protagonist of Loopers. He was a sweet potato, that's kind of just an endearing term, when he was a child, but now he has been reborn as a rather handsome man. However, inside he is still an elementary school student. He is stupid, hot, simple, and energetic. He is dressed as if he could go trekking at any time. What he really is a genuine treasure hunting idiot. He spends his entire summer vacation immersed in various treasure hunts around Tokyo. He is from the same elementary school as Hilda and Leona. This guy is just hype incarnate, you know? Wisp posted one of his lines from the screenshot. You get a way better sense that this is a neighborhood where people actually live, you know? Tyler, he's such an idiot.
Seeing him next to Simon, I can actually compare them more.
All right. Hit me with it.
Simon is hotter.
I do think Simon looks more attractive than Tyler.
Yeah,
just in this
allies. Platty, I'm pretty sure, is not on my side, if I remember correctly. Let's watch Tyler be...
It's a hard choice.
It's hard. I do get it. Tyler looks like a rebel. Simon looks more formal. Two different hots, Wisp says. And I can kind of see it, you know?
Like a gentleman kind of formal.
Yeah, I just can't hold back my love for guys with glasses. It's a serious problem. But one thing in that picture, I'll mention real quick is you have that little badge with the bottle cap, which is kind of the logo of Loopers that Simon drew on with a Sharpie. And all of the Loopers wear it. And it's just kind of their way of finding each other, which is, I just think is really cute. The Loopers are always wearing L's. Oh, thanks, Manpig. But yeah, we have more glasses guys than glasses girls, and between Simon and Sakuya from Rewrite, who XNX I know you're a pretty big fan of as well.
My top 5 key characters.
I love Sakuya so much. Like,
easily the best boy in Rewrite.
Oh yeah, hands down. Like, Kai here, you're gonna really like Chihaya route when you get to Rewrite. I'm just gonna predict it right now.
We'll see. I'm a big fan of Yoshino.
Yoshino is pretty great. Like, all right. Who's next? I think Hilda. Let's grab Hilda's image here.
These are interesting names.
Okay, now that's something interesting. We have Western names here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know why. It's just kind of a thing. Now, to be fair here, they are just Japanese names that got westernized. Like Tyler is really Tyra, and Hilda is Hirda, but they just have Western sounding names. I don't know if it's just they're all nicknames too. Yeah, what Manpig said. I don't know if Ryukishi is just trying to be cute. It's working. I'm just gonna say it. But I think that's the case, Manpig says. Yeah, I love Hilda's design. Best girl. I can see it, definitely. Like
she looks very sportsy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to describe it.
At first glance, she may look rough, but she is serious and well-bred at heart. She is good at being physically active, nice prediction, but not so good at using her head. She is a headbutt heroine who headbutts as a tsukomi. Yeah, that's like her thing. She likes to headbutt people. It sounds awful. She's a different type of idiot from Tyler. She is not very good with horror stories in general. She is always teased by Leona for being timid. She is from the same elementary school as Tyler and Leona.
Oh my god, all these character descriptions are like so lovable.
Right?
Like, is she like Yui from Angel Beats or?
Oh.
She's a lot less energetic.
Oh.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Does she have the ditzy kind of vibe?
Yeah. She is ditzy, but not as ditzy as Yui. And that's the thing, and Manpig said no, she's just an idiot. And that's she could break a brick wall with her forehead. Here's the thing about the Loopers cast that I kind of felt, and this is something we'll definitely talk about in the next episode.
Okay.
All of the cast are just weird enough, but just subdued enough where if I met them IRL, I could be like, yeah, I can see a real person acting this way. And I can't say that about anyone from Angel Beats, because they are like wild in Angel Beats.
Well, maybe Otonashi. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, Otonashi in the anime, less so in the visual novel, but
oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you saw some of the stuff from Hammy's playthrough that you can make Otonashi do. But yeah, and like that's not a knock on Angel Beats in any way. Like I know I'm not the biggest Angel Beats guy, but this is just it's a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's a little calmer, even though these people are crazy for themselves. Does that make sense?
Crazy for themselves? I don't think so. But I think I get the general vibe or what you mean.
They're crazy like Keyverse members are crazy.
Okay, I get it now.
Angel didn't beat Lucia's expectations. She didn't. Some of the other characters did.
Kanade best girl. Just putting it out there.
I can. She cute.
And so, who's the next character?
Leona. Side note: Utori is scared of this girl. I love her. I think she's amazing.
Oh no. She doesn't. It kind of gives me those raw XD kind of vibes. I don't know if you get it.
Yeah, her design portrays her personality a lot. Definitely can see it.
Oh no. I mean, she's pretty, but kind of scary.
Gorgeous.
Bad edits on Instagram, something like that.
Yeah, like the purple hair, especially.
Yeah.
Wait, that's purple?
Pink.
It's like
what would you call
Yuri
it?
Kind of hair
It's
color.
like purple to pink.
Isn't that the same hair color as Yuri from Angel Beats?
Kinda, sorta. It looks a little darker to me, and also it's a gradient. If you look at the one Wisp just posted with the caption, "Crap, that's hella sus."
Wait, what? That's what she actually says.
No.
Okay, that's funny.
No. She does not actually say that.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
It would have been, for real. All right, Leona, cool downer type with a few emotional ups and downs. She is not a mute person, but likes to talk. She enjoys teasing Hilda. She was originally an honor student, but her impression of her has changed. That's a weird translation. It's kind of just like everyone else's impression of her has changed considerably after a certain experience. And she's from the same elementary school as Tyler and Hilda. So
childhood kind of friend thing.
Yeah, Tyler, Hilda, and Leona have this childhood friend dynamic between the three of them, definitely. So
kind of like Akoda, Kotori, and Yoshino kind of thing.
I can see it. Not as developed, in my opinion, but yeah, definitely that kind of vibe. Platy, all I know about her is Gambare Hiroja-chan, and it's really cute. And also, okay, Leona is our resident key girl with a verbal tick. Kus. It's.
Oh, that is so cute.
It's creepy. It's like, but it's her little laugh
somehow. Aw. It's like a creepy, cute laugh.
Yeah. She's. All right, time for best boy. This is Simon.
Yeah, so
I love him so much.
So is that the school uniform?
Now, this is the interesting thing. Loopers happens over summer vacation. It happens on August 1st, and that's the day that's looping over and over again. So they are in a Groundhog Day style time loop, but the thing is, unlike something like a certain Haruhi arc, all of them are aware that it's happening. So, and it's just no one outside of the loopers is aware. So that's kind of how they all come together.
Okay. So they didn't... Oh, that's probably a spoiler, but did they all know each other before?
Tyler, Hilda, and Leona did. The rest of them did not.
And they just come across each other?
Yeah, it's something that will become clear how it happens when we actually read it, that I'm not going to talk too much about.
All right.
Simon, he is a cool bespectacled, I love that word, bespectacled college boy. He's the founder of the Loopers and has spent a considerable amount of time in the Loop world. He is kind of unusual, unfazed and calm under any circumstances. He's also very optimistic, and his mental age may have already reached old age. He has a prodigious memorization ability, a living memory device.
Oh, that's different. So it's kind of like a superpower.
Yeah, it's insane. And Platy in the chat. College? Yes, Simon is canonically 21 years old. Wait, what? Yep. We have a key character, like one of the leads, who is not a high school student, which is not...
the rest of the characters high schoolers?
The rest of the main cast is. So the four we've talked about before, Tyler, Mia, Leona, and Hilda, are all in high school. The other three side characters I don't think their ages are confirmed. Manpig might be able to confirm that. I'm not sure.
That's pretty cool, though. I never knew that.
Yeah, that's
I
don't remember. Okay. Been a year. Yeah, I read it more recently than you and Utori. I did not read it at launch. I read it in November, but freaking loved it. It's so good. But yeah, now here's something to note. Those 5 are the main cast. The other, and this is, I hate to address this right off the bat, but I'm going to do it. One of the biggest complaints I get is the cast isn't developed enough. Well, because there's only 5 main cast. The other 3 are side characters. So.
Oh, okay. So they're not really in the story too much then?
They're in the story. They just don't have much
kind of like Angel Beats, where
or
they're there the whole time, but they
okay.
don't really get any development compared to like Yuri or Yui, Hinata.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. And I think it, and it's, that's like, trust me, I've got plenty of complaints about Angel Beats. That isn't one of them. Like, not, all of Angel Beats' cast was not all that developed. I'm like, well, the mains got developed. What more do you want? It was always about Otonashi and Yuri and Kanade and Naoi, a little bit Naoi and Hinata to begin with, and Yui. It wasn't really about any of the others. So
same thing for loopers too then.
Right. Exactly. Not like literally some characters get 0 scenes. The side cast gets scenes and moments they contribute. And all 3 of them, I would say, do have some wonderful moments. They are all... I think loopers would be a weaker work if any one of them was not there. So...
Okay.
Who's first? I think it's Holly. Let's see.
Oh, that's a cute name.
Nope, Joe. Joe is first.
Oh, Joe.
So here's Joe. He is also incredibly good looking. Like,
he's too good looking. Like, it's too much.
Yeah.
Just a little
bit. I feel that. He is physically fit and enjoys strength training. He is a cheerful mood maker, simple-minded, and as stupid as Tyler. He shows off his muscles at every opportunity.
Why does he look French?
He kind of does.
Right?
I can see it. It's the pose, the hips out, like... Oh, it's so good. But yeah, Joe... I love him. He's probably the weakest of the 3 side characters, but Man-Pig, actually, speaking of that, did you notice every looper sprite only has 1 pose? Because I did, and once I did, it was really hard to unsee. I actually do not think that's true, because Tyler definitely has more than 1, and Hilda definitely has more than 1. Although I can't speak directly for any of the others, but I was just going through the assets today. So, all right, Holly.
He looks so cute.
She is adorable, yeah. And Wisp, I agree, her thighs. Very nice.
She looks like a pilot. She has like a pilot outfit or something.
Yeah, you're right.
Or like what are they called when you're going onto an airplane or something, like an attendant?
Flight attendant.
Yeah,
I can see it. She has a personal video channel called Holly Night Channel and is a popular influencer with over 1 million subscribers.
Oh.
She posts silly challenge videos with a military tone.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so we kind of sort of have a key heroine whose main gimmick is that she's a TikTok star. Which is just really funny.
Why the military vibe? What does that mean?
I don't really know, to be honest. Man-Pig, I'm looking at 2 poses right now. One with the hand on the hip and one with the arms down. Like, that's not enough to call a new pose. I don't know.
It's an adjusted pose.
Yeah, I mean, by that logic, Canon and Clanad also, the characters only have 1 pose, but they do move their hands around,
Yeah.
So.
Nagisa does. She has like a side view and then a front view.
Oh, you're right. Okay, not Clanad, because some of the characters do have side views. You're right. I forgot about that. Canon, though. I spend too much time staring at those sprites. Man-Pig says it's a lot more noticeable when it's a full body VN, and I will give you that. That is true. Canon, you basically just see their heads and necks. Yep. Lucia, wait, how long is Loopers? 8 to 10 hours-ish. In terms of line count, it's basically Harmonia plus Planetarian.
And that's not long.
Neither of which are super long. So I took about 10 hours to read it, and I'm generally pretty slow. So Man-Pig took 8, Utori took about 8. Yeah, so Wisp, if Harmonia took you 6, Loopers will probably take you about 8. That's my educated guess on the situation.
I like read it in one sitting as well.
What was that? You read Harmonia in one sitting?
Yeah, in 5 hours.
5 hours. And you're a pretty fast reader, XNX, because you read like all of Akane and all of Moon in one night or something. Isn't that true?
And then he read Air really fast.
Yeah. So
I stayed up that whole night though. That was like 12 hours of reading just to get that
Oh,
done.
gee.
Yeah. Moon route and rewrite, man pig, not the VN Moon. All right. We got one more who I'm going to predict right now, Platty, this is going to be your best girl, Read Upon.
Whoa. What is that name?
Read Upon. So she's basically she's basically Miracle Mickey Pon. Like, that's her aesthetic.
Who is that?
She is one of Key's earliest artists. She did the background art and some editing on Canon, Air, and Clanad. I don't know what she's done since, but she is one of Key's earliest mainstays. Like, she was one of the people who went from Tactics to Key. So, but her whole thing is that she has a star in her name, like Miracle Star Mikipon, and Rita Pon's artist name is Rita Star Pon.
Huh. That's a cute name, though.
It's adorable. I love her so much.
Pon sound.
Yep.
Pon.
Oh, Inari vibes. Pon. Now that I've said that, someone's going to make it into a meme again. Okay, so Read Upon. Popular illustrator and cartoonist working under the pen name Miracle Energy Star Read Upon D. She is active outside the bookstore distribution network. Severe Chinibyo. That is an understatement.
Oh.
Like, very, very much an understatement. Like, she is... I don't want to say Rika Takanashi level crazy, but close.
The design of her. I like the hair.
The hair's adorable. I love the dichromia. That's always just one of Lucia's favorite things.
Is that uniform or is that her own outfit?
I don't actually know. Now, the thing is, I don't think any of these characters are from the same high school except for Hilda and Leona. Like, Tyler goes to a different high school than the two of them. They just live in the same town, because this takes place in Tokyo, which is another thing I should have mentioned at the beginning, and that's weird. We are in a urban setting for...
Is that the first keyword in an urban setting?
Kazamatsuri maybe could be considered urban. I don't know if XNX agrees with me on that, but...
Kind of, but it's kind of a small town as well. Like, it doesn't feel that big.
What about Hikarizaka?
No, definitely not. Hikarizaka is very small town feeling until maybe like after story when they start, developing. But it's still up and coming. It's not Tokyo. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Someone told me otherwise.
Yeah.
Ikito.
Yeah, that pose.
Matsuri feels like big is during the festival. Other than that, it just feels small.
I can definitely see it, yeah. And to be fair here, you don't... One thing that Loopers doesn't have much of is a sense of place for Tokyo. But it is worth noting that you're not going to see a lot of nature in this visual novel. It is very much something that takes place in a city. Which,
it seems more technology-based, too.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I just think that's really cool. Like... I'm thinking back to something like Canon, and I'm like, imagine what these writers would think if they knew that in 20 years they were going to release a VN with a heroine who's a TikTok star.
Oh, that is so weird to think about.
Right?
Yeah.
Platty says, Rewrite City is urbanized, but it incorporates nature. And yeah, that's pretty much the biggest difference here. So...
Rounds for some of the CGs, and I'm just a sucker for urban skylines, so seeing that in the background was like, damn, it's really pretty.
Oh yeah,
it's so pretty. Like, and also the Also, one thing I really gotta praise, like, I'm sure you've both seen the CG with Mia staring at the Ferris wheel.
Mm-hmm.
The nighttime
nice.
sky.
And that lighting, too.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Like, this VN, like, okay, some people are not going to dig the new art style, and I get it, but I just find it gorgeous. Like...
Yeah, I didn't really like the way it looked when I saw it on, like, the title screen, like, the main art that you've seen of it. But
The
seeing
cover
those
art with
CGs and
Mia.
more art of it, it looks so good.
Yeah.
I don't like it either until I saw the CGs. Seeing that sky and just the city skyline just looks really nice.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. It's... I will say this. Loopers, in my opinion, is the most wholesome key VN besides maybe Planetarian. So...
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm. It's super wholesome, which I just think is really, really cool. So... Utori will swear by Planetarian doesn't even have romance. The one thing that keeps Planetarian out of it is it's got a lot of alcohol. So, which Loopers, no comment.
Loopers
but
doesn't? Wait, no comment? It does?
It does, but it's not like the characters getting drunk. It's them having wine at a restaurant. So, yeah,
Okay.
and Wisp brought up the elephant in the room. There is the one bathing suit CG, which... is I hate to say it, it's probably why the Steam release is getting delayed if it exists at all. At the time of recording this, it still has not been confirmed. It would be really stupid, in my opinion, if that one CG was causing all this trouble. But I thought they did. Oh, Platty, you're right. They did confirm it exists. We just don't have a confirmed release date. I totally forgot. We did get that news this morning. So, yeah, thanks for the correction. Whoops. Lucci not up on key news. Serious problem. All right, so I talked a little bit about the two main things to note in the story, which is the geo-hunting and the time loop. What kind of stuff are you both looking forward to from that?
I'm not sure. I've always been like a fan of like time travel kind of stories. So I'm just hoping to see some of that stuff.
Like you wanted to get deep into the rules and stuff?
Yeah, I like that sort of thing.
Yeah, I feel that. Like, any predictions about how it's going to obligatory watch Steins Gate? I've never seen it, but it's...
Me neither.
Waysterian says read. It's not been... It's not going to be that deep. I'll tell you that much. Like, this is still Ryukishi we're talking about. He's not the best at,
deep stuff.
Yeah, like, you've seen Higurashi. What do you have opinions on it? Like, just overall?
I haven't seen a lot of it. I've only seen like maybe the first season up to a certain point. I just remember the horror more than anything.
Yeah, it's Higurashi's about the gore. Like, XnX, have you seen or read Higurashi?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, you've read Lucia Route, so does that give you any particular hopes about what you want to see out of Loopers?
A bit of a darker vibe. I think that's what Lucia's Route really did for me. The only thing that I could say is that Lucia's Route really didn't end that great for me. That's the only thing that was like, eh.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with that. The ending is a hot mess. So I'm not going to... Yeah, a darker vibe, and I don't know... Okay, I'm just going to say this. The first couple hours were not generally my thing. It definitely does not open like a key... Of Loopers, yeah.
Okay.
It does not open like a key story. Manpig said it. The first hour is whack. I was not sold on it until we got to a point like an hour or two in when they introduced the entire cast. That's what really sold me on it, and then I thought it was perfect from there to the end.
The story or the cast is better, in your opinion?
I think the story and the group dynamic. are where Loopers shines more than the individual characters, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
All right. So how would you describe Looper's themes, humor, and overall vibe? Wisp asked. Manpig can answer this too, and I'll read off his answer. Themes I can't really talk about because spoilers, but humor is, not all that different from just interacting with. It's the humor I would most put it on par with is Little Busters, but not so over the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically not like Clanad, because it's total different style.
Clanad's weird because like the humor is subdued for most of it, but then you have Sunahara, who's kind of an outlier.
Yeah,
and we don't really have a Sunahara here, except maybe Tyler. But oh yeah, Manpig, I'm not gonna read that out loud, but fair enough. So yeah, Tyler is definitely he carries a lot of the humor, which is cool that the MC is doing that. We don't get to see that very often.
Yeah, usually the MC. Oh wait, isn't Kotaro like that?
Kotaro, yeah.
So we have two funny main characters.
And it's interesting because like I made that comparison earlier, and that's a comparison I feel like a lot of people are going to make, honestly, the Kotaro and Tyler comparison. I dare I say Tyler is better, but the rewrite fans are going to get really mad at me right now.
Kotaro, but less degenerate, so that's promising, to be honest.
You were not a fan of how lewd Kotaro got?
Not really.
All right, then.
Yeah, that's the reason I don't really like part of Sunahara.
I can see that. Rip XNX's opinions of Harvest Festa. I can see it's happening right now because like his degeneracy is turned up to 11 in Harvest Festa. So Wisp will probably love him there.
Oh no.
Oh, it's good stuff. But yeah, and then there was one other part of Wisp's question. Overall vibe, I'm just gonna say it's comfy. It's like finding comfort in a big city. Finding your small group of friends. It's almost sitcom-y in that way, which is, it makes me so happy. Honestly, I can relate. Same, actually. Wisp and I are both from New York City, and
What is that?
So, it's just kind of a thing. I'm not there anymore, Sag, but all right, we've rambled on enough. Final thoughts on what you want to see, what you're looking forward to, predicting best character, anything else we got to talk about?
Well, now I'm just more excited to see the character dynamics between all the characters. Because that's got me thinking now. Because these are all really interesting characters.
Oh, definitely.
And they do definitely feel more unique.
I was kind of thinking about how the conflict between them is going to go because, it's two different groups, two different opposing groups, the high schoolers and the loopers, right?
No, they are all one group. It's just some of them join in the group late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's one thing that's kind of nice about this is that, like, something like Canon or Air, and even Clanad to some extent, in the visual novel at least, less so in the anime, you don't get to see a lot of group interactions. Like, Key did not really get deep into that until Little Busters and the Clanad anime. Loopers has that more than the individual interactions. It's about the group. Like, I feel like I'm friends with all of these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. That sounds really cool. I'm really excited to see it.
Yeah. It's Manpig, hold your ears for a second. Dare I say the group dynamic is better than Little Busters? Like, I'm not saying Loopers is better than Lit Bus as a whole, but yeah, I know it's controversial, but I loved them that much. I think when characters are dumber than I am, it's very cute, Man Pig says, and also same. So yeah, that's some hype for this story. I'm very, very excited to be able to share this with more people. So I'm going to try and get this episode out fairly quickly, so it'll be out before the game releases. The game releases on Thursday, June 2nd.
So
and
close.
it's so soon. I'm so happy. And as of right now, it is exclusively on Nintendo Switch, and it's $25. So if you have a Switch, I recommend picking it up on the eShop there. And if you don't, I will be streaming it in the server starting on launch day. So I'll probably be able to finish it in 2 streams. So I'll do it on the 2nd and 3rd. And that'll be that. And then on the 4th, Ham will have his Angel Beat stream. So if we need a 3rd day, it will be on the 5th. I'll add those 2 events shortly. I'm curious if it will actually drop for me on the 1st or 2nd, Platty says. I believe Nintendo eShop checks your time zone. So I think it will drop midnight the 2nd. I'm not positive though. Stream's happening. If you want, join me. You'll have to listen to my stupid voice over it, but it'll be a good. Thanks. You flatter me. It'll be a good old time.
Because I don't have a Switch to be reading it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm doing the streams, honestly, XNX, because, I feel like a lot of people don't. And I don't want people to miss out on this visual novel just because they don't have the console to read it. Because it's like Loopers is good, but it's not worth buying a $300 console. So.
Oh yeah.
That's my take on it. But yeah, we'll come back together on June 12th to cover all the spoilers. Utori will definitely be there for that one. You two are both invited back to be on the podcast if you want to.
Definitely.
Man Pig will probably be there, and it'll be it's going to be a good one.
That sounds fun.
I'm so excited. All right, well, thank you both for being here and talking about this wonderful stuff with me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
And that'll be that. Good night, y'all.
Good night.